From the Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Dale and Scott.
It's not quite live, but we try.
We try.
Live on tape, but before a studio audience. Can you imagine?
No.
We have done it in front of an audience before.
Yes.
Hey, y'all, it's April 25th, and this is episode 400.
Hooray!
400 in the house.
Yay.
How did we get here?
Fuck if I know.
Amazing. We started this little show 13 years ago. Here we are, 400. We weren't doing it for all the years, though, just to be clear. We took a long break somewhere there in the middle.
That was a nice break.
Stop now. Stop. I'm calling this show Rapid Unscheduled Disassembly. Rapid Unscheduled Disassembly. I love that.
Jesus.
We're going to talk later about what that means. I love it. Basically, it means we blew up. Anyway, I also want to celebrate something else besides our 400th anniversary. I'm very, very excited about one of my least favorite late night hosts finally leaving the airwaves in the United States and going back to where he belongs. The United Kingdom.
Jesus.
James Corden's final late show at CBS is this Thursday, and I cannot wait for that man to get on his plane on Friday morning and fly away home.
It's not, I don't understand why you're so gung-ho. It's not like you watched it or he interrupted in the middle of whatever you were watching.
It's really funny because, well, the show's on at 12:30 at night. I'm virtually never, ever up at 12:30 at night. The only thing I really know about him is all the stuff I see on YouTube and stuff. And I've really enjoyed carpool karaoke. But the problem is that I know that he's an asshole in real life. And there's so many stories. And once you hear all these stories, just like with Ellen DeGeneres and Kelsey Grammer, who is also supposed to be a total dick in real life, Will Ferrell, another dick in real life. They have this persona when they're on,
of course,
for their audience, but supposedly they're just fucking dicks in real life. And that pisses me off, and it makes me not like them. After all the stories I heard about Ellen, I want to like her. I want to like her so bad. But after you hear the 10,000th story about how shitty she is in real life,
it ruins it, yeah.
It ruins it. And you wonder what Portia de Rossi sees in her. It's got to be the money. It's the money, fucking money.
Oh, I was going to say pussy.
Portia de Rossi doesn't have any money. She's been on one hit show. What has she done since Arrested Development?
She did
nothing.
Did she do Volcano?
No, that was the
her
other wife
died.
of Ellen DeGeneres. Oh yeah, she was in a car accident. Portia de Rossi is her. She was on Arrested Development for the entire run.
Yeah.
And I don't know that she's done anything else.
Okay.
She's just Mrs. Ellen DeGeneres.
And the few times that you see Portia in public, she's just dead. There's no personality there. It's just blah.
And what's weird is like Portia and Ellen are like best friends with the Kardashians, with Kris Jenner, and they're always hanging out together. And it's like, well, maybe she's not that bad. I don't know. Anyway.
Or maybe she is that bad, and the Kardashians that you like so much are just fucking horrible people.
They might be horrible people too. You're right. But I haven't heard stories about them being horrible. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just celebrating James Corden leaving the United
digress.
States.
Portia de Rossi.
Anyway, it turns out Will Ferrell is going to be one of the last guests, as well as Adele, who's doing her second carpool karaoke. So if you guys want to catch that. Carpool karaoke is kind of fun, I have to admit. I have enjoyed many of them. Yeah. I love Celine Dion's. Madonna's was great. J-Lo's was great. I mean, every single person. Mariah Carey's done it. Paul McCartney's done. Everybody's done it.
Talk about a bitch.
Who?
Mariah Carey.
Oh, I've heard stories. I've heard first-hand stories about how horrible Mariah Carey is. Yeah. So people who she rented someone's house in Aspen.
Yeah, I think she's been banned from like hotels because she just fucking
She destroys them.
Destroys them, does what she wants.
Yeah. Apparently she doesn't like sunlight. She's like a vampire or something. And so whenever she goes to a house, she rents a house or goes to a hotel room, she has her people tape plastic garbage bags, the black ones, up around the windows to keep out the light. And they ruin the paint and ruin the finishes. And yeah, whatever. What's wrong with the light? Is she a vampire?
I don't know.
Is that how she looks so good after all these years? Because she doesn't age.
Can't melt the silicone.
Can't. All right, let's start the 400th episode of the Swish Edition.
This, my friends, is the Swish Edition. From their secret underground studio, this is the Swish Edition.
I got a mouthful for you guys.
Dale and Scott are in the studio on the mics, and they fired up the antenna.
It has to come whether you like it or not.
And if you're willing to show it, they'll take a picture of it.
I actually think I might throw
Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else in between, here are your new best friends. They're your
It's
hosts,
very exciting for me because this is the best show ever made.
Dale and Scott.
The two most smug people in media.
A lot of shit happened yesterday. It was like bang, bang, like right after the other, man. It was just fucking crazy.
And I'm not talking about Dale and Scott. We're smug, but most people don't know who we are. But everybody knows who Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon are. And as we woke up yesterday morning, we all found out together within very fast minutes of each other.
It was
First,
fast.
Tucker Carlson fired from CNN, and then minutes later, Don Lemon fired at CNN. Oh, I fucked that up. Let me start again. Tucker Carlson fired at Fox. Don Lemon fired at CNN.
Yeah.
Apparently, neither one of them knew it on Friday, so all of this happened over the weekend.
My impression is that neither one of them knew on Friday, so they couldn't like
Have
bring
a
it up
goodbye
or a
show,
goodbye for their
right.
show. It all happened over the weekend. However, the Don Lemon story, according to his Twitter, is that he was blindsided, just completely fired.
Yeah, his agent called
Which
him.
CNN says is completely not true. So I don't know.
Really?
We'll find out more as it goes on.
That's so crazy. And by the time this podcast comes out,
We'll have
there's
a
probably
clear
a better
picture.
idea.
Yeah.
Well, because Don Lemon tweeted on Monday morning that he was completely blindsided. No one from the network called him after 17 years. His agent is the one who told him.
Well, when you're a dick, you're a dick.
Well, I've hated Don Lemon since the beginning.
Oh, he was
always
horrible.
been a dick. And Tucker
Horrible.
Carlson,
Well, everyone knows Tucker Carlson.
listen. Tucker Carlson was as bad as they get. He was bad as Bill O'Reilly, bad as Glenn Beck, and he, they just keep firing these people and then replacing them with someone just as bad, worse, basically.
We'll see.
This came basically after over at Fox, the Dominion voting systems lawsuit. Fox settled it for $787 million. It's a lot of fucking money. It's a lot of fucking money because of your on-air host went online and defamed this company when there was no proof that Dominion had anything to do with rigging elections. And they knew it from texts and emails that were uncovered in the discovery phase of this lawsuit. Basically, we all learned all over the country that these people, including Tucker Carlson, knew that what they were saying was false.
Right.
And they said it anyway. And Rupert let them do it. It's just so bananas. So finally, some head had to roll. And so I guess Rupert
It was
said,
a big head, man.
it's going to be Tucker Carlson, who, basically they're cutting, what do they say? Cutting off the something to spite the something. What is that phrase?
Oh, your nose to spite your face?
Yeah. Because Tucker Carlson has the highest ratings of anyone else at Fox News. So they're firing their lead guy, their number one guy.
But if this is the person that's costing you almost $1 billion,
Then it's
dude.
not worth it.
Dude.
But you and I were talking yesterday morning. We believe that Tucker probably got a really great parachute. What do they call it? A parachute?
He got I bet he got paid his contract, which is to say that whoever's creating these contracts, I mean, come on, because if there was like a moral clause,
there should be,
right, and I'm sure there is, and we will probably never ever know. But the fact that his text messages were revealed in this whole thing,
that he knew what he was saying was false, that he hated Donald Trump with a passion. I mean, that's a quote. He said, "I passionately hate Donald Trump."
Right, but it goes on to about Dominion saying, "Oh, she's full of lies," but then she was back on the air again. Anyway, I would think that would bring up the moral clause, and he should be paid nothing.
Nothing, and I guarantee you, he walked away with $20 or $30 million
easily.
Guarantee.
Easily.
I don't know that Don Lemon got the same. I mean, Don Lemon, you guys probably know, was demoted from his primetime spot to the morning show, where he just did not fit in, and it was not working with his female co-host.
Hard to watch.
And all of this stuff came up of this pattern of him mistreating females over the years. And the guy's gay. You would think he would get along with girls. Gay guys usually get along with girls, but he apparently isn't like the rest of us. Well, anyway, why are we talking about?
I don't know.
Why are we talking about Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon? I don't like either one of them. So, I hear that Dale, you're up. You're in the running for the 9 p.m. slot at Fox News, or did Tucker have the 8 o'clock slot? I forget. I think he had the 8 o'clock slot.
Dude, I don't know.
Can you imagine doing it?
No. I
live from Las Vegas.
No.
Well, if it's the 8 o'clock, you'd have to do it at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We're not moving.
Oh, God.
So I called this episode Rapid Unscheduled Disassembly. That's how the people at SpaceX described their rocket explosion a couple days ago. But even before the rocket lifted off from Texas, I think it was somewhere near Galveston.
Yeah.
Elon Musk said on Twitter, he said there's a 50-50 chance that this thing is going to blow up. Right. So it wasn't a big surprise that the thing blew up 2 minutes or 3 or 4 minutes into flight.
Yeah.
They kind of thought that maybe it might. And they said they actually learned a lot.
Yeah.
They learned a lot. They were taking lots of readings and stuff.
I don't think it was a bad thing. I mean, shit happens. I mean, not every product that you build is going to be successful. Just think, God, there was no people on it.
I just think it's funny. They said a rocket didn't explode. It was a rapid, unscheduled disassembly. I love that.
You do know that the spaceship actually, it blew up, but it didn't blew up from malfunction. It was because certain things didn't happen.
Oh, and they
self-destructed.
They self-destructed it.
Yeah.
Right. And then it landed in the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah. So it was on purpose because certain things weren't met.
I hope it
and it's like, this thing isn't going to fly.
I hope it didn't hit any whales or fish or anything. There is this cool thing, and I didn't finish writing this on the script. I forgot. But I was going to put a picture of this, and I don't know if you've seen the video. In London, British Airways has put up a new digital billboard. And we don't really have that here in Vegas. We have digital billboards, but they're just, they change. And as we're driving down the highway, we're like, if we're going from our house to the Strip, we see these billboards that change.
Yeah.
But they don't move. They're not videos.
Yeah, most don't. Yeah, they don't really move.
No. Well, there's one in London that does move. It's a British Airways digital billboard, and it has a little boy. And when a plane flies over from Heathrow Airport over this billboard, he literally stands up, walks across the billboard, and points up at the airplane. And then it says on the screen the airline,
where it's going,
the flight number, and where it's going.
Fuck out.
In real time.
That's
so they're
cool.
using like the information from FlightAware, one of the apps that I use every day to find out what airplanes are flying above our house. How cool is that? And you know
That's
me,
fun.
how many times have we been driving down the I-15 towards the Strip, and I say, dude, what's that airplane? Can you look at it? Because I'm driving. And I say to Dale, please look that up. I want to see what that airplane is. Where's it going?
That's fun.
It is fun.
That's fun.
I think that's really cool. It's the future of billboards, right?
Yeah.
Interactive billboards.
Yeah.
And maybe they should be saying, hey, dude, get off your fucking phone.
Or dude,
Or
don't look at me. Keep your eyes on the phone.
Slow down. Slow down, bitch. We got a lot of TV news for you. Paramount Plus is in the news a lot right now. They've been just finished up Star Trek season 3 with Picard. We are so far behind. We watched Picard season 1. We've not watched 2 and 3.
No.
But I hear that 2 got mixed reviews. 3
through the roof.
Through the roof, people say it's the best Star Trek show ever made. So I think we need to get caught up when we have a little extra time. I don't know where that extra time is going to come from. But Paramount just announced that they're making a movie with Oscar winner Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah.
She's coming back to play General Giorgio in a movie called Star Trek Section 31. This is instead of a planned series that they were going to do with Michelle. I guess she didn't have enough time for a series, so she's just doing a movie. Yeah. She once played this character on Star Trek Discovery several years ago. So coming back. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
An Oscar winner doing a streaming show.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of fun. And speaking of space, space is super hot right now. Paramount Plus is also launching a new Galaxy Quest series. This is based on the cult classic movie that starred Tim Allen, the late Alan Rickman, and Sigourney Weaver back in 1999. I can't believe it's been that many years.
I graduated
24 years ago. No word if Tim Allen and Sigourney Weaver are going to be involved, but a Galaxy Quest is fun. Have you seen it?
I have not.
It's kind of a comedy drama. It's really funny, but it's also got some kind of Star Trek-y type things.
Because
how have you never seen Galaxy Quest?
I've never seen it. And also, I'm not a big Tim Allen fan. I just don't think he's funny.
The Santa Claus?
No, he's not funny. It's not funny.
Christmas with the Crumps or Cranks or whatever that.
Cranks.
I love that movie.
I actually do watch that every holiday
love Tim.
season.
How do you not love Tim?
But I'm not a fan of Tim Allen.
His most recent sitcom, I love that too. And he's a Republican. I love Tim Allen.
I'm not a fan of Tim Allen. I just don't think he's funny.
I think Tim Allen is hugely funny.
He's not funny.
You don't like him as Santa Claus? He's in the Santa Claus movie.
It's just like, to me, he's on board with like a Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry Seinfeld's not funny.
Jerry Seinfeld is not funny. Jerry Seinfeld, the show was great. Jerry Seinfeld was the worst part of Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Because he cannot not laugh at his own jokes.
He's not funny.
It was not an actor. He's not an actor. Literally, one of the shows that Dale and I have watched more than maybe any other show except for Raymond. What's Raymond?
Everybody
loves Raymond is 2.5 Men.
Yeah.
We've seen every episode probably 8 times. Hell has frozen over, y'all.
I can't believe.
Because Charlie Sheen is going to be starring in a new Chuck Lorre sitcom.
After he fucked them. Fuck Chuck Lorre and that whole cast with the great #1 television show. He's back.
There might be a lot of people out there who don't know who Chuck Lorre is, but let me tell you, you do know him. Chuck Lorre is the director, producer, writer behind Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory, 2.5 Men, Young Sheldon,
Mike and
Molly. Man,
so many shows.
Tons.
So many great shows that you guys love. He is the sitcom king.
Yes.
He has a new show called How to Be a Bookie. It's going to be a single camera show, which is different from him because he usually does a 3-camera audience sitcom.
Yeah.
This is going to be a single camera show about bookies navigating the world of now online gambling, which kind of ruins bookies' livelihoods.
Right.
And Charlie Sheen is going to be a part of it. They had a huge falling out during 2.5 Men, and Lorre actually killed off the character of Charlie Harper because he was so fucking pissed off at Charlie Sheen.
Well, he was an alcoholic,
a druggie,
drug user.
He badmouthed Chuck Lorre in the press, and he got fired. And they replaced him with Ashton Kutcher.
And apparently now he's announced that he's HIV positive.
He's HIV positive, but he's also clean and sober.
He's clean and sober now,
and he's ready to work.
A recent interview, yeah. So maybe this is good.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
No, I love Charlie Sheen. I honestly, as much as I love Ashton Kutcher, I think the episodes with Charlie Sheen
are the best.
of Two and a Half Men are so much better.
I won't watch the ones with Ashton Kutcher because it's not the same.
And it got really, really cheesy and really kind of stupid and gross towards the end with Ashton. But not that I don't like Ashton. I think Ashton's a great guy. But I think the show kind of went off the rails after Charlie left. Anyway, Apple TV just announced yesterday that Truth Be Told Season 3 will be the final one. We have not watched Season 3 yet.
We haven't, but
I really enjoyed Season 1 and 2.
I'm glad of this announcement.
Yeah.
Because I think I told you that I put Truth Be Told in the same category as You from Netflix.
It just went on too long.
There's just too much of the same.
Yeah.
So I heard this third season is fantastic.
Yeah.
And great.
We got to check it out.
And we will watch it. And so, but I'm glad that it's ending.
If you guys don't know, Truth Be Told stars Octavia Spencer.
And she's the problem I have with this show.
She's a podcaster who solves crimes, basically, in New Orleans, I think. I think it's in New Orleans.
No, it was San Francisco.
Was it?
Yeah.
Why did I think it was New Orleans?
That was
Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Yeah. So many shows, so many good shows.
But actually, I don't like her in this role, and that's my whole problem.
Her?
No.
Oh, but Kate Hudson was great in season 2.
Kate Hudson was great, but she faces these dilemmas and things, and she's
not very good at it.
She doesn't react as I think someone should act in these scenarios.
That's funny. That's funny that you don't think the character doesn't react the way you want them to.
Right.
Yeah.
She's very dry and quiet and not. I mean, people were fucking shooting at her at one point. She's like, I gotta run her. This is not the character for her.
But you hear season 3 is good.
I heard season 3 is great.
It's on our list.
Yeah.
We'll check it out. The reason we haven't watched it is because we just finished The Night Agent. I think we've mentioned that on the show before. That's on Netflix. It is really doing really gangbusters at Netflix. It's like the 5th most watched show on Netflix of all time.
Yeah.
And if you guys haven't seen this show, it's 10 episodes. It's a spy thing that takes place in Washington, D.C.
A political thriller?
Political thriller. Yeah.
I love those
It's
types
super
of shows.
fun.
It's and the thing is I've said this before with shows, and like I put Outer Banks in this category.
Yeah.
Right?
Outer Banks is just stupid, but
it's not a great show.
Yeah. But it's
fun to watch.
It's
a fun to watch show.
Yeah. And literally on the seat of your pants. Why can't I come up with any sayings this week? I was on the seat of my pants. I was on the edge of my seat.
Edge of your seat.
The whole time. I mean, there was a lot of moments in that show.
The last 4 episodes were fantastic. But like I said, it's not a great show, but it's a guilty pleasure. It's fun to watch.
It was really good. And the lead character is super cute.
Gabriel Basso.
So cute. And there's going to be a season 2. We already know that.
Yeah.
So that's fun. We know that's coming.
But Rose has to go away because I didn't like her character.
Really?
She was unbelievable.
Okay.
Him almost, but he was the main character. He did more. But Rose, I could give 2 shits about.
Gotcha. In related news, Netflix is rolling out paid sharing. You may have heard this. Netflix for years now has been trying to crack down on password sharing. A lot of families and friends are doing this all over the country. They're sharing their passwords with everyone and their mother, right? So one password's being washed by like 10 households.
Right.
And Netflix really it says it's costing them billions of unrealized revenue.
Course.
Yeah. So they've tested it overseas and it seems to be working. It's called paid sharing. So if you have an account, you can like share it with your mom who lives in Detroit for like $4 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's coming soon. It's going to be rolled out in the next couple of weeks here in the United States, and pricing has not been announced yet. So we don't know what it's going to cost.
I'm not upset about that.
I think that
Quit stealing shit.
What is wrong with you if you can't afford $14 a month to watch Netflix? I mean, you need to change your priorities.
Yeah.
If you can't afford Netflix for $14 a month, watch NBC, ABC, CBS, and Fox because they're fucking free. Okay? Just watch the free shit if you can't afford Netflix. Don't steal it from your mom. Okay? It's just not right. You're stealing. It's called stealing. Would you go to the grocery store and take 3 bananas and put them in your pocket because you couldn't afford them?
No.
No, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't. I wouldn't either. I'd feel super guilty about it.
I just don't like bananas.
Did you hear how I left with an entire case of water and didn't pay for it?
I think I've done that before. With
it was on the bottom of my cart and I never paid for it.
Yeah.
What did I do? How did I fix it? So I got out to the car and I had all this food and I had a lot of perishables. And I'm like, I am not going back into that store to pay for the fucking water. So I put the water in the car. And I put the cart back in the cart station, which most people fucking don't do because they're fucking lazy. But I put it back where it belongs. Mm-hmm. But I didn't go back in the store and pay for the water. But what I did was the next time I went shopping, and I go at least twice a week, is I bought a case of water and I said, charge me twice for this.
Yeah.
And they did. And they didn't even ask me why.
But I think I've done that with something too. And you know what? I think it was firewood one time.
Yeah.
For the fireplace.
Because it was down below, underneath.
It goes down below.
And you forgot about it.
And when you go to the grocery store, if you live in a cold place, we were living back east then.
Yeah.
And the firewood's always outside. It's not even in the fucking store. So you grab your cart and you grab the firewood and you push it for 30 minutes and forget it's down there.
Right. And they're not paying attention because the person who's checking you out can't see the bottom of your cart.
No.
So I'm lucky I didn't get arrested, but I did pay for it. I feel good about myself now that I went back and paid for it the second time.
I just want to remind you about our baked potatoes.
What a way to ruin the mood.
I just don't want you to forget because I'm looking forward to it.
They're fine. They're not going anywhere. I mean, the oven will turn itself off when it's over.
Okay.
So they'll be fine.
Yeah.
We're twice baking them, so they're fine.
Okay.
2 passengers have been banned for life from cruising with Carnival Cruise Lines for the dumbest reason ever. I mean, literally, I've never heard this in my entire life.
Fucking hilarious.
They were caught fishing off of their balcony. The ship, I don't know what ship it was, but it was a Carnival ship. They were off the coast of Nassau. And these folks were literally caught fishing with fishing poles, and they actually caught a fish and reeled it up to their balcony. What the fuck were they going to do with the fish on a cruise ship out cabin?
And you know what?
I hope they threw it back.
I hope they threw it back. But I think there were a lot more things that I probably have witnessed with my own eyes, people who didn't get kicked off a cruise line for life, and fishing is not one of them.
Listen, I mean,
fucking in the bathroom.
We know that people have been
doing drugs.
People screw on their naked on their balcony, have sex. I don't know if that's against the rules or not.
This seems harmless to me.
But fishing, well, it's not allowed. It's literally in the rules. You're not supposed to fish off the ship. And I could see there could be all kinds of problems with that.
No, I get it, but it's funny.
Yeah. Clearlink, a digital marketing company in Salt Lake City, their CEO, his name is James Clark. He's coming under fire. This is really horrible. He praised an employee who sold his dog because he had to return to the office full time. All right, this is when a lot of companies are really bending over backwards and demanding that people come back to the fucking office.
Yeah.
Because people have gotten so used to working at home, their cushy lives, living at home, working in their pajamas in front of a computer screen. It's like, come back to work. We need you at work.
And every once in a while, I'll catch these articles like Apple was getting hell. And they wanted people back in the office 3 days a week. And people were like, no, we're more creative at home. I was like, well, then fuck you. Go find another job. I was like, well, why are these fucking you can't do it all at once. But you can start setting some fucking examples and say, I hired you because I need you to do this job. And I want you back in the office. This is where I want you.
Well, we do have listeners that work for Apple. So let's not piss them off. But I agree with you on this issue. And if we piss off people, I'm sorry. But I think that there is such a benefit to collaborating with your coworkers.
Sure.
And I never worked at home. Whenever I had a job, I was in the office from 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Many more hours than 9 to 5 usually. And I got a lot out of working with my coworkers and collaborating with them and having meetings and talking over the cubicle walls and going out to lunch. And you're missing out on so much of the work environment when you're working at fucking home in your pajamas.
Right.
You're not getting any of that, especially someone in their 20s or 30s. Right. If this is your first job and you're doing it from home all by yourself with your dog lying at your feet, you're missing out. You're missing out big time.
It's like being homeschooled and going to public school.
However, I want people in the office, but I don't think people should sell their dogs because they have to go to the office. And I don't think James Clark should be praising his employee for selling his dog. So one thing, yes, a lot of people got animals during COVID because they were home.
Right.
And now you're all of a sudden going to work. That's no excuse for getting rid of your dog. Sorry. Figure it the fuck out. People for decades and decades and hundreds of years have figured out how to take care of their animals and also go to work.
I wish there was a national
You
thing.
and I went to work every day and we had animals and we figured out how to make it work.
And I wish there was a national thing like a credit score for I mean, you buy a dog, that's one thing.
You never get one again.
You never get one again.
You never get one again
Never.
if you do that.
Yes.
Fuck you.
You get a dog and you surrender it for
a fucked up reason. Like you're having a baby. How many times have I read articles or instances where someone gets rid of a dog because they're having a baby? Fuck you and your baby. The dog will love the baby. Most dogs love babies.
Yeah.
Oh God, I can't stand it. Friends of ours were in England this Sunday and they woke up in their hotel rooms and they were about to get their suitcases together and go get on Cunard's Queen Mary 2 to do a crossing from London to New York, and it was canceled. Canceled because of some technical issue. Can you imagine flying all the way to England to get on a crossing across the, like the Titanic did?
I'd be so pissed.
And at the last minute find out it's canceled, and then you all of a sudden have to fucking get home?
Get home or find a hotel.
Stay in a hotel.
Expensive hotel in London.
Change all your plans.
Yeah.
And then you probably had a flight home from New York to wherever you live. I mean, what a nightmare.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Cunard had to cancel the return trip, too. So there's a lot of people.
Something must be really wrong with that boat.
It's got to be something bad. I guess this happens a lot. I don't know. I'm going to skip the next story, go all the way down to the green thing. Is champagne really a sacred word? I really
I saw this on the news. I was like, this is what we got to talk about.
I really don't understand this, okay? Miller High Life is a beer here in the United States. It's made by the Molson Company now. I think Molson bought it. It's been made in Milwaukee since 1906.
Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been using this slogan, the champagne of beers, since 1906 for this beer that's not even really that good.
No.
Miller beer is not good, just like Bud Light that we talked about last week.
Coors Light. I mean, all these American light beers are not that great.
Yeah. And I think I'd said I want to correct something I said last week. I think I said I liked Molson beer. I actually don't even know what Molson beer is. It's
meant to say Modelo.
Modelo is the beer I drink,
which I do love.
Love Modelo. I drink it at the bar, which is our local bar here in Vegas, and we also have several bottles of it in our refrigerator. Modelo, and if you put a lime wedge in it, oh my God, so good. Just like with a Corona.
Yeah,
I love Corona too. I don't drink this crappy Bud Light and Miller. But anyway, Miller High Life has long called themselves the champagne of beers, but a custom official in Belgium decided to dump out 2,300 cans of Miller High Life and crush the can. They dumped it out and crushed the cans because it was labeled the champagne of beers, and that infringed on France's Champagne region's designation and trademark.
Can I add something to this?
Please do.
Is Miller Lite is not sold outside of the United States. True story.
So how'd this beer even get to Belgium?
So they fucking bought and did this as a publicity stunt.
It was a publicity
to be able to pour
stunt.
out. Miller Lite is not sold outside of the United States and maybe Canada. Canada might have it, but it's not sold in Europe.
So it's bullshit.
Yeah.
The whole thing is bullshit.
The whole thing is bullshit.
Well, okay, so I understand that apparently you're not allowed to call your sparkling wine champagne if it's not literally made in the Champagne region of France.
Yeah.
That's the rule in the European Union. But I don't think it affects people in the United States. I don't think they have anything to say about what we do here.
Because they're not calling it champagne. It's the champagne of beers. It's a compliment.
No,
actually.
I get it. They're calling it the champagne of beers. It's just a logo, what do you call it?
I mean,
trade name.
So are you going to say
slogan? A slogan.
Yeah. So can Purdue sue the people who make chicken of the sea tuna?
No,
it's the same
totally
fucking
different. Yeah, I think you're right.
Champagne of beers.
Yeah.
Chicken of the sea. It's the same fucking shit. It's the same shit.
But it's not chicken. It's tuna fish.
It's not champagne. It's beer.
That's true.
It's the same shit.
But also, I don't think anybody in France or the European Union has any say-so about what
people in France don't even know Miller Lite exists.
Right. So the whole thing is stupid. So you think it was a publicity stunt?
I heard on CBS that...
Was it a Miller High Life publicity stunt? Or was it something that the Belgian people decided to do
I don't know.
For attention?
But the news told me that this beer is not sold in Europe.
We need to do a deeper dig on this. I need to find out more about how this came to be.
Yeah.
Anyway. I think it's... Miller says, of course we respect local restrictions around the word champagne, but we don't sell our shit there. So fuck you. Hey, be careful when you share a popular meme. Everybody does this. You and I are probably guilty of this. Everyone listening to the show is probably guilty of sharing a popular meme. You guys know this one. I'll put it up on our social media. You know it the minute you see it. It's called Success Kid. It's this little kid on the beach. He's wearing a green and white shirt. He's got a fistful of sand, and he's got his mouth all puckered up, right?
Yeah,
it's called Success Kid. It's been around since 2007. You guys have seen it 1,000 times. People are getting in trouble for sharing it because it's a copyrighted image. A politician got publicly sued because he used it in his campaign ad. And if anyone uses it trying to make money, like a car dealership or someone selling something, they can get in big trouble for sharing it. You probably won't get in trouble if you just like share it and say
back and forth. Yeah.
If you're not trying to make money off it. Anyway, there's a lot of very famous things out there that are copyrighted, and you got to be careful.
You do.
I've actually
got research.
I've actually gotten in trouble in the past. Swish Edition has gotten in trouble for sharing pictures of famous people, even if they were on the show. I think I got in trouble for a picture of Linda Carter, who played Wonder Woman back in the 70s. She was on our show. God, that was probably 10 years ago as a guest. And I got in trouble for posting a picture of her, and she was on our show. But it was a show, but it was a picture I hadn't paid for. So yeah, you can't do that. Can't do that. Looks like it's official. The Oakland A's are moving to Las Vegas. They're following their brethren, the Raiders, who have already been here for a couple of years. They've signed an agreement to buy a large parking lot next to the I-15 highway, right next to the Las Vegas Strip. I don't know about this, guys. It's going to be a 30,000 person baseball stadium with a roof that retracts so they can open it on nice days, because our summer's pretty brutal and they play most of the games in the summer.
Yeah.
So it needs a roof.
Needs a roof.
Just like our football stadium has a roof. The location is right across the highway from the T-Mobile Arena where our hockey team plays. And it's just down the street from Allegiant Stadium where our football team plays and where the Super Bowl is going to be.
It's right across the street from that shitty In-N-Out.
And everyone and their mother is going to be trying to drive there. And there's going to be baseball games at the same time. There's hockey games and football games. And it's going to be a nightmare. It's going to be an absolute nightmare. Yeah. And I don't understand why they're not putting that damn monorail all the way around Vegas.
They're going to...
We need some kind of
Las
public...
Vegas
we don't have public transportation.
We don't. Well, except for buses, but we need something other than that. We need a light rail.
Well, Elon Musk
is to go down the 15.
Elon Musk is building his boring tunnel loop, which is going to go all the way around Vegas. But how effective is that? It's fucking Teslas underground. What? How many people can get in a Tesla? 3 or 4 at a time?
I don't know.
How's that going to help 30,000 people get to a baseball game? It's so fucking stupid. Put a train down there. Put a train in the tunnels like they have at the airport, or a monorail like at Disneyland.
I'm glad they're coming because I think sports work well and it's exciting, but it's going to be a fucking nightmare.
It's going to be a nightmare. Like our traffic isn't even... It's already horrible.
It's already
in
horrible.
Vegas.
And we have football right now, which is what, 7 games a year? Now you're looking at how many fucking
80.
baseball games?
80 home games.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
A little bit more Katy Perry news. Dale and I are going back to see her for a second time because we loved the first time so much, but also because Dale hates his picture. He literally hates his picture with Katy Perry, so he wants to go back just so we can get another picture.
I look bloated.
You look really weird in that picture, and I look stupid. I look shiny.
do.
I want to wear a different outfit too.
Maybe you just get your picture taken.
We shouldn't
By
be wearing
yourself.
the same color. We're both wearing white, and she's wearing purple.
I'm thinking if this happens again, you just go. I don't give 2 shits about my picture with Katy Perry.
Speaking of Katy Perry, she's been announced to be performing at King Charles's coronation next month. She's going to be joining fellow American Idol judge Lionel Richie and the English boy band Take That.
Wow.
Why would Take That, the boy band from the 80s or 90s, be singing for the new King of England? I don't know.
That's what he wants.
Robbie Williams will not be participating, though, and he's the cutest one of all. So I don't understand. Look at him in this picture. Do you see him?
I saw him, yes.
Anyway. Do you know that Katy Perry makes $25 million a year for being a judge on American Idol?
I heard that somewhere.
A lot of fucking
Oh,
money.
you told me like an hour ago.
I did. All right, we're going to go make baked potatoes. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye, bitches.
Shining, shimmering, splendor. Tell me now, princess, now when do you last let your heart decide? You ready?
Mm-hmm.